I know you've seen the videos. The social media managers flying all over the world, working from anywhere. The cute cafe shots of them tapping away on their laptop. The annoying people like me who are like, I have the best job. I have 5 times my old corporate salary. I make so much money. Like, who would do that? That's so tacky to talk about your income online. But you probably have a couple of questions. The big one being, what does a social media manager actually do? What does the day-to-day look like? What are their commitments to their clients? What software are they using? What are the daily routines? And that is what I am going to be answering in today's video. You're going to come along with me and we're going to spend the day together because, spoiler alert, being a successful social media manager is not just about picking out trending audios and scrolling on Instagram for 2 hours and calling it a day. Think of this vlog as your unfiltered look behind the scenes at my business. Today, I have a huge variety of things that I'm doing. I wanted to try showcase as much to you as possible. So I'm not only shooting content for myself and for a client, I'm also making a content calendar. I'm doing some editing. I'm prepping for a launch that's going live tomorrow. And we'll see if there's any surprises that come our way. Hopefully not. Fingers crossed everything runs smoothly today. I kind of wanted to be smooth for myself, but then I'm like, oh, it'd be pretty exciting if we had a dilemma pop up and then you guys got to see me troubleshoot that. And if you're new around here, hi, hello, my name is Ellen. I've been a social media strategist and coach for the last 5 years full time. I'm just a girl who loves making content for the internet and I somehow managed to make that into my full-time job. So buckle up, let's get into this vlog. I hate rush hour traffic so much, and this is why I do not work a 9-to-5 job, so I don't have to do this every day. Oh my gosh, I don't know how people do it. My sister does it, and I'm like, how do you not go insane? I've got my podcast on to try, get in the work zone. I'm listening to Jerisha Sid, which is my favorite podcast of the moment. She is so good and so just brutally honest when it comes to real business advice. I love her. I trust her. She doesn't know who I am, but that's the parasocial relationships we have with people online. Now, the reason I'm in rush hour traffic today, I'm heading into my content studio, Mackenzie Studios, and it's been so busy that this is the only time that I can get in between clients. So I'm only gonna have an hour because I'm running a little bit late, but I just have to film 2 videos, one for myself and one for a client. So that should be all good. My studio manager's also been away, so I've got to do a bit of cleaning and get the space ready for our clients. Okay, I totally smashed that, if I do say so myself. I filmed the videos that I had to get done in 30 minutes, and I've also done a little bit of a reset of the studio. We needed some fresh towels. I set our little robot vacuum going, who I call Stu for the studio robot, but I do think it actually has turned into Stu for stupid or Stu for always get stuck, because he's not the brightest, but he did manage to get the job done today. And I thought I'd talk you through, just quickly, some of my favorite bits I use for content creation. So this is my podcast mic. This is the Shure MV7. I do have here in the studio available for our clients to rent and stuff, the Rode mics, and I think they're really great, especially for the price point, but I do think the Shure MV7 is better, which is good because it's 3 times the price, I want to say. I wish I could invest in these for the studio, but it wasn't quite in the budget this year. So I bring mine in, and then this is just a really cheap mic stand from Amazon. I actually wish I had one that was a little bit higher, because sometimes this sits a little bit too low on the desk for me. In terms of other audio gear, I'm using the DJI, what are they called? The mic. I am so annoyed because I bought these and then a few weeks later they launched the mini version. So I don't have the minis, and as you can see, they're a bit clunky. But they do help with audio quality. They're definitely a lot better than what's on my camera. And I also like that I can plug the receiver into either my camera that I'm filming on now or my phone. So they're quite versatile in that sense. In terms of what I'm filming my vlog on, this is the Sony ZV-E10, I think it is. And I'll put a link down below to it, as well as the lens that I use. This is primarily what I record my podcasts on, my YouTube videos. I have experimented with filming some of my short form content on it, and I think I want to try do that again in 2026. basics. Like I'm prepping a little mini series that I'm going to launch then, and I'm going to film it on this camera just to like kind of increase the quality. But I always have this dilemma because I think on Instagram and TikTok, your videos just filmed on your phone actually perform way better than these fancy cameras. So I'm always kind of conflicted on which one to use, to be honest. For my clients at the moment, I'm doing everything on my phone. Oh, I'm a little bit out of breath after all that, but we did it. Content is filmed, studio is cleaned. And this is really where you see the two sides of social media management. Sorry, I keep touching my hair. I just got it cut and it's shorter than I wanted it to be and I'm struggling to style it. But there are two sides really to being a social media manager. You can either go into the content creation, be the person who's filming the videos, editing it, making all the content, perhaps doing like your UGC ads like I was doing. Or the other side is going into management and the community management, the posting of the content. You don't actually have to do both. I'm someone who was already quite skilled in the content creation space. I had a blog and a YouTube channel for many years before I got into social media management. I loved making content. So I kind of pursued both when I initially started. But I often get the question from people being like, oh my gosh, Ellen, can I be a social media manager? I can't film videos, or I'm not that great at making content. And you can definitely choose either or you can choose both. There's no disadvantage. It's just all about finding your specialty, your zone of genius, and what you can offer to clients. So that was kind of a peek into the content creation side of my business. And now we're gonna head home. I'm gonna put on my comfy, I was gonna say sweatpants, but it's very warm today. So comfy shorts. And I'll get into a little bit more of the behind the scenes of my business, the content, the editing, and some of the software and systems I use there. All right, we're back home. There's no cute aesthetic montage of the arrival home because my office is a mess, but I have made myself a little snack, a little English muffin with Marmite. It is just past 11 o'clock. I took my foster dog for a walk and played with him in the garden and was totally procrastinating from doing my work. I have zero enthusiasm to work right now, but this is the reality of working for yourself. There's no one to hold you accountable. So I could literally go lie on the couch and do nothing, but that's probably not gonna work out very well for me. So we've got to lock in, got to get the work done. And it's really funny because you can have your dream social media management job working for yourself and still have days like this where you're like, I have zero enthusiasm, I have zero motivation, even though you love your job. But what helps me is having a little daily to-do list of everything I'm going to get done. Generally, I plan them out on like a Sunday or a Monday, what I'm doing for the week. And I also have my Rella content calendar system. And Rella is our lovely sponsor of today's video. And if you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I freaking love Rella. Let me pull up my screen share so we can see it all in action. So this is essentially the software that I use to manage all of my content and my clients' content as well. So on my agenda today, I have a YouTube video to edit, and you can see I can open up my Rella card and actually I can update the status of that to edit because I filmed it just on Friday. And you'll see I have all of my like notes and like the outline for the video saved to Rella, which is really helpful because if you just scribble like an outline for a video on a piece of paper, you're probably gonna lose it. Or it's not really smart for repurposing. Like I can copy and paste this outline of this video and actually use something like Ella, which is Rella's built-in AI system. And I could say repurpose this YouTube video outline into a Instagram carousel post. And then go, here are my notes. Paste that in there and it's gonna do its thing. So there's so many cool capabilities and features like that with Rella, and I'll kind of show you a few of them as the day goes on and as I work on my content and my clients' content. But I just love this software. It's been a game changer and making me more consistent in posting on social media, feeling just like more organized. Like I know content can feel so heavy and draining for so many creators, social media managers, freelancers, and having a solid system working like this in the background for you is just a game changer. Things feel lighter, things feel easier, and that is so important. And look, it's just spat out a little How to build a portfolio with 0 clients. I'll transform this video outline into an engaging Instagram carousel post that maintains your big sister energy and your strategic teaching style. If you're wondering where that's getting that from, your Ella is like a custom, it's almost like a custom GPT. Like if you use ChatGPT and you build out a custom AI with your own like knowledge and personalization. So you can see here in my persona, I've got all of these like notes around my brand, my vision statements, my do's and don'ts in terms of tone. So that is really where features like this are going to work best for you, is when you put the effort in to personalize it. And I also have the opportunity to create AI personas for my clients as well. So this is one of my clients that I'm going to be working on today, and we have their own Ella persona in here with all of their branding and their tone and that kind of thing. And what I actually find this so helpful for, this is actually today's post that I still need to work on. I'm a little bit behind on my client content, is I love to be able like to quickly write a caption in the content card. So I can be like, help me write a caption for our fragrance advent calendar. This is the final call to purchase. There we go. And it's gonna write me a little, oh, it's gonna give me some more prompts. Lol. I love that. Ella's calling me out because I'm giving it generic prompts and it needs some more information. We'll totally come back to her there. But there's lots of cool ways that you can use the AI features in here. You can get it to read your analytics for you. There's a little analytics hub here we can check out. You can post across multiple platforms, which is what's been the game changer for me, to enable me to post more across YouTube Shorts, across Pinterest and LinkedIn this year. I feel like I've just doubled the amount of content that I'm sharing each week, so that's been really awesome. And yeah, we can take a nosy at my clients' analytics, the top performing posts, and what I do need to do today is reply to some of their DMs. I think what helps me sometimes is if I start with the boring stuff in my business and then I come back to the more interesting stuff. Like I'll come back and I'll edit my YouTube video after I've done a little bit of my client work, because I kind of like bribe myself like I'm a child. I'm like, if you finish this work, Ellen, you can do your fun stuff. Like you can go play. So yeah, let's lock in. What I'm gonna do is plan out my clients' content for the next couple of weeks. I have a bunch of videos in our ready to post section. So we have this section, all of these. You'll see there's a mix of videos from me. There's some videos from our other UGC creators, our business owner, Abby. So what I'm gonna do is take them all and plot them out on this calendar. We also have a 12 days of giveaways that we're running from the 1st of December, which is crazily only 2 weeks away. So I'm gonna plan out the rest of the posts for our fragrance calendar, plan out the Black Friday content, plan out the December content. This is a lot of what social media management is actually about. You know, you have that small amount of fun time filming content like I did this morning in the studio, all glamorous, all fun, all creative. A lot of it is just literally this. It's sitting down, it's staring at content calendars, it's writing captions, it's planning, it's coming up with ideas. And I spend a lot of time in this pink office chair. It's me again, sitting in the exact same spot that I was almost 2 hours ago. Has it been 2 hours? It's almost 1 o'clock. Wow. My client's content calendar on Rella is looking stunning. I've cleared their inbox on Facebook and Instagram. I have also just written up some notes for a summary of a coaching call that I did with one of my mastermind students on Friday, because I didn't have time to finish it then. So I finished up that summary, gave them some content ideas for some things we talked about in our call. I've tried to tackle my inbox. It was at 75 emails and now it's down to 56. So like, that's kind of a win. It's just so overwhelming this time of year, isn't it? Like with so many emails. I'm also about to be that person, because one of the things I'm doing this afternoon is planning out my email sort of content calendar and strategy for Black Friday. I've also paid some invoices. I just hired a new video editor. So I'm technically hiring 2 video editors. They're both going to be working on my short form content. I just felt like it needed a little bit of support on the editing side. I think I've done so well to get to this point in the year where I haven't needed that extra support. And if we real talk for a second, I, number one, have been burned by a lot of contractors. I've had a lot of negative experiences, and people say like, oh, social media management is so easy to scale. Like all you do is like get all your clients and then you outsource it to people. And that really irritates me, that narrative, because it's not that easy to scale and it's very difficult to find good people to work for you. And at the end of the day, what I found is when I had kind of my agency, when I had up to 10 monthly clients on a retainer, I found that I spent all day just like managing people and managing problems. And at the end of the day, if a contractor screwed up, it was still my business, it's still my name on the business. And ultimately that was my fault and I'd have to deal with those situations with the client. So it was very challenging, and it's why I have now what I call more of a hybrid business. It's why I only work with 1 to 2 social media management clients. Then I also have grown to sell my own digital products. I do coaching, I do strategy and consulting. And for me, this is the really cool thing about social media management. Maybe it's not your forever career, maybe it's not something you're going to do for 10 years, but it is such a great launch pad to then go off and do other things. I have students who've come into the Dishing Up Digital School, my program, and they have gone on to become copywriters, or they've pivoted to do UGC services or build out a UGC agency. Like, people go down different pathways of what they enjoy. I've also had students who've gone to launch their own like e-commerce businesses. So it really is like the launch pad for it, whatever you want it to be. And I always say that often you'll get to a point where you've been a social media manager for 3 or 4 years and you're gonna have that itch to do something more, to do something new. And that's definitely been the case for me, is I had that itch, and it's just natural. It's what you'd experience in a corporate job where maybe you'd move teams, or you get a promotion, or you go to another department, or you might hop to another company. You have to create those ladders in your own business for yourself. So for me, it's really been adding in those other revenue streams. This year especially, I've been doing more content for myself and sponsorships through that as well. So that's created another revenue stream, and it's been very, very awesome. And I forgot what my initial point of this rant was. Oh, hiring people. It's not the easiest way to scale. And last year I actually axed 80%, 90% of my contractors. Not that they weren't good contractors. I got into the point where I had some really good team members. Shout out to Hannah if you're watching this video. But I loved them. They're really great hard workers, but I kind of just wanted to restructure my business. And I had the realization that I was paying contractors more than what I was paying myself for my business. So I took a lot of time off in December and January last year, reset everything, hired an operations manager so that they could do more of the management stuff and I could get back to the creating. And I've been really proud of that this year. However, I'm creating a lot of content and I've now gotten to the point where I'm like, yeah, I need a little bit of help. So I've got 2 short form video editors working with me. One is on like a monthly retainer and she's going to be helping with my client videos for Mackenzie Studios and for my page. And then the second one, we're doing like a bit of a special project together. I won't say much more, but we're going to develop a little series together, and I wanted someone who could like come and meet me and help me potentially film or help me storyboard and script and outline videos and just have another creative in the mix. So I'm quite excited about that. Also, please excuse the mess. Like don't look over there, just look here. That's the crazy inbox. I didn't want to show you that. What I did want to show you was my little student community. This is where I've also been hanging out. And speaking of systems and things that I use, we can see I've got my Rella up over there, the OG hearts. Love Rella. You can see I've got my ChatGPT, my inbox and everything. This is also my Black Friday shopping, so ignore those tabs. I'm looking at online courses I can buy. But this is my student community that's hosted through Kajabi. And Kajabi is a really awesome platform when it comes to selling digital products and kind of like building out funnels and all of that kind of fun stuff. And this is our online community where I can like connect with my students. I can answer all of their questions. It's also where we have all of our live classes as well. You can see we've got like a huge catalog of past live videos. And yeah, I have a section for my Dishing Up Digital School students, which are all aspiring social media managers. And then my mastermind, which is kind of like my higher level program for people building their own hybrid business. And it's for service providers and creators. So those are kind of like the 2 main ways to work with me. And yeah, I love hanging out in this space, and I love being able to answer questions and support my students here. I honestly feel like I've just catfished everybody who clicked on this video and you watched the intro, and I'm like, oh my god, look at all my cute montages of me getting in my car and going to my office. And then you've watched the rest of this video and it's like, oh, this girl just wants to have a yap. Like, it's just her yapping away. I did manage to finish a sponsored video and a YouTube video. I thought when that video is exported, I would quickly kind of show you my software that I use for video editing, in case you're curious. I need to pop out to the library and pick up my book that I have on hold, which I'm very excited about. And it's so funny because I'm usually like, perks of working for yourself. I can go everywhere, not in the rush hour. And now I've gone out in the morning, and now I'm going out right at like 4:30 again. But maybe it's okay because it's like my choice to do that, right? Like, I haven't been told by someone that I need to be in an office at a certain time. I've just done it to myself. Does that make it worse? I don't know. Please ignore all of the fingerprints on my screen. Honestly, a lot of them are here because like I film videos where I'm like pointing at things. But this is Premiere Pro. This is what I use to edit. It's not the best editing software, I don't think, but it's the one that I've learned how to use. And I honestly think when it comes to like content creation, people are always like, what editing software do you use? Or like, what tripod do you use? The reality is it comes down to the individual creator. Like, I have to make this good, much like video editors who use CapCut have to make it look good. To me, it's all the same. What the question you should be asking is like, how do I make the messaging in my content stronger? Or how do I make my hooks better? How do I make this visually more engaging? Not what software are you using to do it, because I don't think it's as relevant. Someone asked me the other day how I organize my files, and I have like an external hard drive for my YouTube videos because it is, you know, really big 4K files. And you can see I'm not the most organized person. When someone asked me this, I was like, But in general, I need to tidy up all the Premiere Pro files. But in general, I have it by year, and then I have a big folder here of edited videos. I used to have it all organized by month, and then I actually found it more useful to be able to quickly like look over all of the videos. And then I have like reels in here. This is kind of like my archive of reels. And then I have the podcast, a whole bunch of raw footage as well, so I can repurpose clips from past videos. And yeah, oh, spoiler alert for a collab that I have coming up. Yes, I'm very, very excited about that collab, that sponsorship. That's so funny. I was just in my emails and about to run off to the library, and then I noticed I had an email notification from Rella that I hadn't put up a client post today. Now, Rella definitely is like a content scheduler. I have it all integrated for myself and my clients so that it can automatically like schedule and post content for me. However, the regular visitors, listeners of the podcast, of the YouTube community will know I'm a big fan of manually posting still, even, you know, this many years into my social media management journey. There's just something I love about it. I think the content performs better. I think it keeps you more engaged with your community, with like checking comments and checking DMs. And I don't know, I just like it. So what I've just realized is I haven't put it up. And this is where Rella is really fantastic. Oop, shh. But what I love is that it's still going to send you those email reminders, and it's easy to just simply open up Rella on your phone, go into the content calendar, be like, wait, what am I posting today? Download the video, copy and paste their caption and post. And this is where I think a lot of people get it wrong. They think a content calendar is only if you're going to be scheduling content, and it's great for that, yes, but it's also great for just keeping you on track, keeping those reminders in place, having everything scheduled out and planned out for what day, what thing is going to go live. It is honestly a lifesaver. And it literally just saved my butt there because I would have forgotten to put that post live if I had not checked my emails and seen that reminder. So here we are on my phone. I've just opened up the client content calendar in their Rella app. I'm gonna hit download on that, save media to device, save video. And then I'm gonna come in here and hit the copy button and copy my caption. Then I'm gonna go back over to Instagram. There we go, caption pasted. I also wanted a cover image on this one. One of the cool features of Rella is you have this little feed planning preview thing. So I can open this up and see like how our feed is looking. And it was when I was planning this out that I was like, I think we need a cover image just on this particular reel, just to tidy things up a little bit. So I had that saved as an image, all cropped nicely for Instagram already. Now, I love also having this all in here because if I get sick or something happens, something pops up, or maybe I just want to take like a couple of days off in the middle of the week, as you do as a social media manager sometimes, you know. I love to be able to just jump in Rella and everything that I've got planned out, I can just hit the auto post button. So it's not that I never post anything manually, I definitely do. I'm human, I can't be online 24/7. It also means like if I was really sick and something had happened, I'd be able to let one of my team members be able to log into Rella and just auto post everything. So it is just fantastic for being more organized with your content.